Hi everyone, it's Stephanie with Cowiche Creek Nursery, and we're here at my house today, and I would love to take you on a tour of some of my patio containers and pots. We've recently been able to take you on a mini tour of my mom's patio containers, and then we were also able to show you some of Serena's. So today it's my turn to give you a look around at what I've planted this year. So we're right here on my front porch. So this is my front entry. And right next to my front entry, I have a cement container. Got some hardy succulents. And this is one I change out seasonally. And I get a lot of mid-afternoon sun, but it's sometimes filtered through the trees. So part sun, part shade situation. And I really wanted to try this Senecio, and I do love it. I would kind of wish I would have added something else gray in there to just help it blend, but it does give a nice bright light to that. And I've got a Jungle Love Coleus, which has been eaten by something. I had slugs here last year, so I did put some slug bait in that, and we'll see if that takes care of it. But I've got that beautiful Selenia, the Hebe, and then I've got Creeping Jenny coming down on three sides. And that Creeping Jenny has been here since March. I had just some pansies and some artistic sticks coming out of it and the Creeping Jenny all spring, and it was beautiful. And so that's definitely doing double duty for me. And then on the other side of my patio, or my front door, excuse me, I've got a succulent container which I planted up this year. So it's on its first year, but it's really putting on some good growth, and I'm really liking how it looks. I do have drip on all my containers, but because this is succulents, this one's not connected, and I do end up watering that one about 3 times a week or every 3 days, something like that. And then as we wrap around the house, I've got a hanging basket with some ivy geraniums, helichrysum, and calibrachoa. This is one of my favorites. This is the white with yellow eye. It's just cheerful. And then we'll carefully step over the napping dog and into our breezeway. And as you can see, it got a lot darker in here. This area does not get any direct sun. So I almost always have multiple pots with just foliage. So I want them to look good, even if they don't get sun to have any kind of flowers in them. So this one, I always just put different kinds of foliage in there. I've got the Muehlenbeckia and an asparagus fern foxtail and some ivy. And it's really, really low maintenance, and I love the look of that. On the other side, it still doesn't get any direct sun, and so I choose some houseplants and ferns that I'm keeping along, and also got an orchid up here on top that I'm hoping I can convince to rebloom next year. But as we go to this other side, I do get a little bit more sun here. So the morning sun comes up and gets this area to probably about 1 o'clock. So this pot, I wanted to show you, I really love this combination. I've got the foxtail fern, I've got Trandescantia, and a caladium, and a weeping peach begonia. But you'll notice that this side is just a little bit empty, and the wind comes right through here, and it's just kind of blown it to either side. So as you know, we've had just a bit of wind this year, so some of my pots are not faring as well as others. But when I come around to this other side, I want you guys to see this beautiful Fragrant hanging begonia. I just love that. It's one of my favorite colors, and it's just performing beautifully. There's the caladium looking great. And then I wanted to show you this other side because they're just spectacular, especially in the light today. Isn't that pretty? And right above that, I've got something that some of you have seen at the nursery. My dad made this container, and we usually hang it up on display every year. And this year we just didn't get around to it with everything going on. But I get to take this home every year and just really love having that. It gets morning sun till probably about 1 or 2, and it seems to do perfect for succulents. Okay, my next pot, well, up above you'll see a foliage basket that I have. I like to keep my baskets on the simple side because I have so much going on in the pots and just decor, and it just kind of keeps things more cohesive. All right, so this pot I really love the way it turned out. I used a Senecio greggii and Mexican fern, and I've got the New Guinea Sun Passion in pink, And there's some Transdiscantia down there peeking out, so it's kind of copied from the other pot. And that repeats the gray of the Senecio. And then I've got some more grayish tones in the Lamium over here. And then to contrast with that, I've got a dark Coleus, which brings out the dark line in the Transdiscantia. And on this side, I also have a dark potato vine that will really put on some more growth here as soon as we get some more heat. And of course, I have a Muehlenbeckia, the wire vine we all love. So I'm really happy with this pot. I'll probably do some trimming on it midsummer. But other than that, it's been super easy to take care of and filling out really great. And then as we come along the back of the house, I have quite a few succulent pots. That's one I've had for years, and I just kind of keep adding and rearranging it, but so easy to take care of. Hardy succulents that stay out all winter, and then some more succulents I just planted this year, and cacti. Okay, and on this pot, I went really simple. So I just have the purple fountain grass as a centerpiece. And because we haven't had a ton of heat, it's not huge yet, and it's just now putting on its plumes. But it's going to go crazy here as soon as we get temperatures up into the 80s and 90s. And then I have 2 white Scavola and 2 Tequila Sunrise Dahlias. So I think this pot turned out really beautiful. If I were to do it again, I might do 3 and 3 just to make it a little bit more symmetrical. And so the colors were more interspersed, but really it's been really easy to take care of, and I really like it, and it's just really pretty, blooming all the time. All right, now another collection of succulents that I've been keeping over the years. Just keep coming back out every year. And these guys, I usually give water probably about every 3 days. The little guy needs water much more frequently because it's in such a little pot. And then my last little section down here, I've got a white Scavola basket. Like I said, I like to keep it really simple with the baskets because I have so much going on around them. So that's just been blooming nonstop. It will keep blooming all summer. One of our favorite annuals. And it looks really good down here with this white Euphorbia. So in this pot, I've got a Phormium, I believe that's a sundowner. And I've got geranium Foxy Flamingo, and then white Euphorbia. So for whatever reason, this is the last pot on my drip line, and it sometimes loses pressure, and I don't get as much water in this pot as I do the others. So I always make sure to just choose things that can tolerate some drought. And this Phormium, geraniums, and Euphorbia works perfectly in this. I almost always do something like this in this pot because it just performs so well. Even though this area only gets sun until 1 or 2, because of the light wall and all the concrete below, there's a lot of reflected light, and so there's a lot of heat generated. But this combination does really well. If I had some bigger trees or something, I think I could maybe, stick a few shade plants in here. But just with reflective light, there's just, I've found over the years that some plants work the best back here, and they bloom like crazy, so I know they're getting enough sun. So I hope you've enjoyed that today. Thanks for watching, and we'll be in touch with you soon.